Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 24 of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Last time, we basically finished investigating Master's room, and then we went on to investigate Delicia's room. We ran into Manfred, who was basically being, well, Manfred. And now, let's continue our investigation. Okay. Don't turn around! Don't turn around! If you do so, you're only going to eat that castle! This forensics officer seems to be on a diet. There's a cover on the wall, just like in Mr. Master's room. Let's open it up. The room temperature is 68 degrees Fahrenheit and the lights are set to green. Gustavia said that 50 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal temperature for fresh cream. This room's temperature is too high. This is intriguing. The reason the fresh cream is so fragile is due to the temperature in this room. So my shoes got creamed, because the room temperature is set to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Speaking of which, when you opened the castle door, the doorknob didn't break. Yeah, it was stronger than I thought. Strong? A dessert? Detective Bad, could you have a closer look at the doorknob? It would seem that this doorknob isn't a dessert. And it's not just the doorknob. This castle and the fairies are just plastic molds coated in fresh cream. Eee! Then this isn't a dessert piece at all! It would seem they're just fake desserts covered in fresh cream. Okay. It's a cute candy fairy sitting on a tree stump. The cloth in the back, along with the decorations, really give it a magical atmosphere. When you look at it, it almost feels like you're spellbound. What we need to look for is the hidden truths in the real world. Don't be fooled by the fairies. Unlike the other fairies, this one doesn't have a fluorescent cloth. Miss Delicious, it's not right to leave one out!
I didn't like it either. But one fluorescent cloth in the machine has gone missing.
You've lost a cloth in a machine. What sort of machine is it?
Oh, it's a sex machine! It pulls your nips and makes you scream. Oh, let me tell you. Each piece of fluorescent cloth is hooked up to one of those machines. The machine is called a rainbow light device. The light is sent through the cable and into the cloth, which is made of optic fibers. Just fiddle around with the settings a bit and it will turn to all sorts of colours. When it glows red, it's like a raging inferno. And when it glows blue, you can almost feel the glittering cool ice. It's powered by a long-lasting battery that's resistant to change in temperature.
I'm not very familiar with these kind of devices. Mr. Edgeworth, she's saying it's a machine that transmits light to the special cloth. I see. It's amazing what they come up with these days. So, one rainbow light device and one fluorescent cloth are missing.
Yes, Dave, that's right. Whatever could they be?
This fluorescent cloth could be relayed to the case. Huh, Miss Delicious! You don't seem as energetic as you were earlier. Delicia, can I just ask, did something happen with Mr. Von Karma?
Yes, Dave! Not the sort.
But you just said yes, see.
That yes, was just out there greeting. You're a cute boy, I like you. What's your first name?
It's Raymond, but...
Well, Ray, I think you'll make a good man yourself someday, and I'll be tickling your winks if you know what I mean.
Ray! How about that? I think you have a way with British ladies. She's a little different from my image of a lady. I feel like I'm going to go to jail if I continue talking to her. Why don't we listen to what she has to say?
Oi, what's that?
This badge is proof that I'm a defense attorney.
Hi, I show you mine too. This chef's hat is proof that I'm a pastry chef.
Is that so? But aren't those sold in stores?
Hey, it's not the hat that's on at
So then, wouldn't that mean that just about anyone can become a pastry chef?
Oi, looks like you got your eye. This is the way the cloth works. I wonder if it would care for me to tell you all about it. Sorry, I can't talk about this cloth.
What? That was strange. I wonder if Von Karma told her to stay quiet about it. Could you tell me about your actions during the contest?
Yes, sir. We began making desserts for the contest around 10 o'clock. Basically, I was in here making my desserts the whole time. At 1:30, I joined the afternoon tea for about an hour or so.
Afternoon tea? Afternoon tea? Sorry, I'm getting my wisdom mixed up. It's a social occasion where a conversation is held over black tea and cakes. So it's pretty much a tea party. Well, I suppose.
Hey, Greggy, you're a smart boy, aren't you?
When did I become Gregory? Where was the afternoon tea held?
It took place in the gardens outside the fountain patio. It's our customary break time during the contest. It always held at the same time. Today there were just 3 of us who took part, Jeffy, Katie, and me. Since Jeffy had already finished his creations, he was there from beginning to end. It is icy and gusty and showing because they hadn't finished the desserts yet.
So everyone other than Mr. Dover and Mr. Gustavia participated.
Yes, actually I hadn't finished my dessert yet either. I just wanted to try some of Jeffy's handmade pastries and Katie's fresh bouquet. So, after I eat my fill, I returned before everyone else.
During the contest, did you enter any of the other contestants' rooms?
What are you saying?
We found your fingerprints on the desserts at the crime scene.
You found them.
Are you admitting that you went to the scene of the murder? I was about to say scene of the mustard. What the heck, scene of the mustard? What are we, running a sandwich shop? What, is this Subway?
I admit it, but I'm not the murderer. Don't please hear me out.
What were you doing in Mr. Master's room?
The truth is, I was doing his desserts.
Studying.
Because Jeffy's so talented at making sweets. Well, nobody was in the room at the same time, so I decided to study his works a bit.
But if you were just looking, you wouldn't have left your fingerprints behind.
You see, it's natural that I left fingerprints on the desserts. For the sake of research, I ate some of his desserts.
Isn't that like stealing food? It couldn't be. The woman who wrecked Mr. Master's room was...
I'm sorry, it wasn't my intention to vandalize the room, but I did eat a few parts of the desserts in his room. I secretly ate little bits of Jeffy, bits and pieces so Jeffy wouldn't find out.
So, did you eat the ship's stand as well?
Yes, dear, I did.
The chocolate ship broke because of you.
I'm sorry.
So, the reason she left the afternoon tea early was to preserve her appetite.
But you've got to believe me on this. I'm not the murderer.
Her actions are sufficiently suspicious, but I won't press her on it yet. Yes, now... Oh, wait, no. Okay. Okay. It says the 4 fairies in the Curious Candy Castle. It seems that this was the theme for Delicia's work. But it's not just the Candy Castle that I'm curious about. Okay. There's a burner and some chemicals over there. They were probably used to make desserts. What are these chemicals? The right on the label say, number 1, Punch Out, and number 9, Sufferin. Are they poisons? No, they are both used to make desserts. Seems like artificial flavoring and coloring. Punch Out is a catchy name for a fruit punch essence. Very misleading. What bothers me is what Sufferin stands for. Okay. There we go. The castle doors are adorned with a beautiful cloth. I think this was the cloth that was used in the castle. Entranceways are
entranceways are always beautiful. That's what a detective thinks.
Yes. After Detective Bad's shoes have been trampled all over it. But this is no time for snide remarks. It looks like both the lamps on the pillars are broken.
Both of their light bulbs are broken.
Maybe they were dropped on the floor. There's some sort of red stain on the lamp's surface. This stain, could it be?
That smell. There's no mistaking. It's a blood stain.
There we go. That's a blood stain. Why was there a blood stain on this lamp? I wonder if this has something to do with the lamp bulb being broken. I should also take a look at the other lamp as well. So this is where Delicia originally intended to put the lamps. I don't get
why she put them in the castle.
Since they're broken and don't light up. Maybe she decided to put them out of the way.
If she wanted them out of the way, there are many other places to store them.
It's like the old saying, hide the salt in the sugar bag. I think the saying goes, hide a tree in the forest. If Delicia intended to use these lamps as decoration during the contest, it creates a contradiction with that piece of evidence. I need to deduce the contradiction at the scene.
Okay, anyways, first logic.
There's evidence that the victim was beaten to death with a blunt object. What's more, there's a blood stain on one of those broken rock socket lamps. Could this lamp have been the murder weapon? You're right, it could have been used as a weapon!
Labby, is the blood analysis on this rock salt lamp finished?
Yes, sir! It's finished just a few moments ago. The blood stain on that lamp belonged to the victim.
You heard what he said.
The murder weapon was hidden in Delicia's room. We need to consider her as one of the suspects as well. Okay. Okay. Come on. Oh, come on. Just try and figure it out. I'm just looking through it again. Alright! Yes, yes. There we go. Yeah, my mind was out of it. Detective Bad, please read the contest leaflet. I'm sorry if my voice is just all over the place.
Any decorations not made from dessert are prohibited. Huh.
These rock salt lamps and the fluorescent cloths go against the rules. So maybe that's why they were hidden in the castle. I wonder about that. I think we should investigate further into Delicia's actions. Okay, just want to make sure. Okay. There we go. Using decorations that were against the rules and making fake desserts. A lot of Delicia's actions seem suspicious.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she's aiming to be the world's greatest pastry chef.
Also, the temperature of this room is way too high. Is there a reason for that? I wonder. I think we should ask Delicia directly. Okay, room temperature. Delicia, why is the room temperature set to 68 degrees Fahrenheit?
The code doesn't agree with me, plus it's bad for the body. This figure doesn't just maintain itself, don't you know? Naturally, as a lady, I want to look young forever.
I wonder, how old is Miss Delicious really is? Raymond, a true gentleman never asks a woman her age.
This room is mainly filled with cream, and 50 degrees Fahrenheit is the recommended temperature for serving fresh cream.
And I love how Baz acts like an authority on this matter, even though he just learned that fact himself.
What, really? Now it's all gone to waste.
It looks like Miss Delicious didn't know.
I thought she was supposed to be a first-class pastry chef.
The fake desserts and the rule violations, and now her lack of basic knowledge. Looks like she keeps many secrets. Okay, and there we go. Delicia's knowledge in the art of dessert making is lacking in fundamental areas, and she claims she went into Mr. Master's room in order to study his desserts. These actions and ideas are not fitting of someone aiming to be the world's greatest pastry chef.
Yeah, they don't sound like the words of a pro. It's like she doesn't even realize it, or
maybe she isn't a real pastry chef. Perhaps she had some other intention. It's possible that she didn't go into the room to study desserts. So then, are you saying Miss Delicious is the criminal? We can't say that for sure yet, but I know she's hiding something from us. Boom. No bar refill this time.
that's enough. Investigating.
We found much more than I expected. And yet, something from before still bothers me. Rutger von Karma must have found the murder weapon in this room. So then, why did he let Delicia be? Firstly, I must ascertain von Karma's true motives. Really? You need to ascertain, Mr. I will get my perfect guilty verdict? Masters is the defendant, he wants a guilty verdict. Detective Man, I would like to ask Rutger von Karma something.
I've also got business with him. And Delicia there too.
Hey, what's that idea, buddy? Don't glare at me like that.
It seems Detective Bad also has his doubts about Delicia and von Karma. Delicia, would you come with us for a moment?
Yesy, that's fine. What for?
We have to find von Karma. There are some things we need to talk about. Yes, Manfred Nix is at it. I am charged with Sandra Energy! Prosecutor von Karma, we need to talk about this case. From the look on your face, I assume you found the murder weapon. Yes. We discovered the murder weapon in Delicia's room. It would seem Mr. Master isn't the only suspect in this case. Bah! That's not true! Where the murder weapon was found does not change the fact that Masters is the culprit. As long as I am here, because I am perfect, I am beautiful, and I am charged with the power of Christmas! Why is Mr. von Karma so sure of it? Because it is Christmas, you fool! And I am supercharged with Christmas power! Santa will imbue me with his glories, for I was a good boy this entire year! I was the perfect boy! Well then, aren't you going to like... Yes, I have a weird headcanon where Manfred vehemently believes in the existence of Santa. Where Manfred pretty much worships Santa like a god. Because Santa, like him, is perfect in every way, shape, and form. And provides the world with joy. And doles out justice on Christmas. Why the murder weapon was in Delicia's room? Naturally. If you wish to know, I'll tell you. It's Christmas, I'll be generous. In order to pin the crime on Delicia, Masters used the rock salt lamp to kill the victim. He then deposited the murder weapon in Delicia's room. He may have left the murder weapon at the crime scene. Masters would have been the one suspected. He couldn't move the body, but he was easy to move the murder weapon. Ergo, there would be no evidence pointing to a specific culprit at the crime scene. Mr. Masters took the rock salt lamp. Precisely. I carried out the investigation perfectly myself. There can be no room for doubt. Do you have evidence that he moved it? I don't need evidence because I'm perfect. That will not be necessary. What? If you have an objection, say it. Do you think a mere defense day can break my logic? He took the rock salt lamp from Delicia's room? Exactly. In order to kill Dova, he had prepared the murder weapon beforehand. But the murder weapon was found in Delicia's room. Doesn't that place suspicion on Delicia too? I am not finished. Master killed Dova. So, the murder weapon was the rock salt lamp hidden inside the candy castle. I discovered the murder weapon when I entered the castle. Be thankful, defense attorney, that you too came by this information. Why was it necessary for you to enter the castle? Ah, maybe he's interested in Candy Castle. Why you? Do you think I went there because I wanted to? The detectives at the scene were useless, so I had to investigate myself. I wasn't in charge of the initial investigation. Detective Bad joined the investigation halfway through. Bah! A certain work ethic is required if you are to gain my trust. This is a friggin' waste of time. I'll continue. Wouldn't the body left behind in this room also be cause for suspicion? Moreover, I have a favorite saying. I'd like to share it with you. F you, Gregory! Even dogs can wait. Wait until I'm finished! That's exactly what I'd like to say to you. Are you saying that Mr. Masters removed the murder weapon and hid the body in the chest? He believed that if he hid it into his own works, it would not be discovered.
Ipso savory.
Don't you mean so sorry? She shows no sign of remorse. He moved the murder weapon and left the body at the scene. How can you conclude that Mr. Masters is the killer without any evidence? You think that would shake me? You disappoint me! As long as the body was found in Master's room, he is the prime suspect! Is there really no evidence pointing to anyone else at the crime scene? Surely there's room for further investigation. Insolent attorney, another investigation is not necessary. Masters must be the killer! If you think differently, cease that pointless words and speak with evidence. Think back to the crime scene. If Mr. Masters isn't the killer, there must have been something there incriminating someone else. It seems Mr. Von Karm won't be easily shaken. I'll just have to present evidence that contradicts his reasoning.
Objection!
Yeah, I just wanted to go through all of Gregory and Manfred's stuff. It's true that the murder weapon and the bloodstains disappeared from the vicinity. However, there was still one piece of incriminating evidence left behind. Have a look at this photograph, which was taken when the body was first discovered. This cloth was used to wrap the body. Doesn't it remind you of the fluorescent cloth from Delicia's room?
Ip! My fluorescent cloth was at the crime scene.
Ha! Fluorescent cloth! It is no match for the Von Karm! You just what part of this fluorescent cloth this cloth is fluorescent and CzarThwomp! Now you're flubbing my lines, you imperfect fool! I guess Von Karma doesn't know about this cloth's secret. It looks like a normal cloth at first glance, but if you use this rainbow-like device, you can make it glow! Damn the glowing cloth! Santa damn you! Prosecutor Von Karma seems a little surprised. I don't think it was the cloth's ability to glow that surprised him. One sheet of this fluorescent cloth is currently unaccounted for. Now, I'd like you to look at the color of the cloth in this photo. Don't you think it looks like the color of the fluorescent cloth before it's been lit up? Both the rock salt and the fluorescent cloth originally belonged to Delicia. Wouldn't it be natural to assume that this cloth was used to wrap the body? Prosecutor Von Karma, I believe the present conditions give us much reason to suspect Delicia. Just that leg lip.
How did Grego do me? Suspect me?
I don't yet know if you are the culprit, but it is true that you are hiding something. Am I right?
That's...
So you're saying that the murder weapon and the cloth were originally from Delicia's room? Yes. What's so funny? Just as I expected from you. The murder weapon and the cloth are not from her room! How unfortunate for you! What does he mean? Before the contest began, Masters noticed her violation of the rules. He confiscated the cloth and the rock salt lamp and kept them in his room for safekeeping. Just like how I keep all of the evidence in my office to hold for my use only! What? The victim was not seen, as he stayed locked up in his room after the contest had begun. The only one who could have unlocked the rooms was Geoffrey Masters. And the murder weapon, the Shroxar lamp, was being kept in Masters' room. This should be decisive evidence in proving Masters' guilt. Defense attorney. You have lost to me before you even had a chance to stand in court.
What's this? What? Was our investigating for nothing? Miss Delicious, why didn't you tell us about your confiscated items?
Well, Mandy said I'd look suspicious if I did.
Ask you about karma.
And it's true. You all suspect me, don't you?
How clumsy of you, defense attorney.
Von karma. So that's why you let us investigate Delicia's room.
And in your clumsiness, there's one more thing I need to inform you of. 2 sets of fingerprints were found on the murder weapon.
2?
Yes, they belong to Jeff Masters and Delicia's gone. No other fingerprints were found. After Master killed over with the confiscated Roxanne lamp, he foolishly concealed the murder weapon bearing his own fingerprints in its owner's room. I don't even need to prove my case in court. I have more than enough perfect evidence to prove Master's guilt.
Hold it! I still have some doubts about the fluorescent cloth found in Mr. Masters' room.
Bah! Irrelevant! After disposing of the body, he intended to return to Delicia's room.
I don't have enough information to refute Von Karma's reasoning.
Nothing left to say? If your job is done, leave this place! Leave it in the name of Santa! Christmas! Come to me! And then like all this Christmas spirit starts swirling around Melvin. Christmas time! Christmas time! Christmas burst! Fires a burst of bright-green energy at Gregory, vaporizing him.
Nuts! I can't give up yet.
We wasted enough time as it is. Bad, take them away.
There are still some doubts left in our investigation. Detective Bad!
What's the meaning of this?
It's not my nature to leave any doubts behind. There is still one piece of evidence that has yet to be identified. That's right! There are still no traces someone left behind!
Bah! Talk about your doubts as much as you want later. But this, my dear attorney, is none of your business.
No, I also have some doubts about this one piece of evidence. It's likely that I have the same doubts Detective Bad has.
What?
I think this piece of evidence is the left in Mr. Master's room has yet to be identified. Somebody left glove finger marks on one of Mr. Master's desserts. If these were the killer's finger marks, then it's possible the killer also didn't leave any fingerprints on the murder weapon.
How did you know to stay the crime scene?
I gave them permission to investigate.
Bad! What possessed you to let the defense attorney into my crime scene? You are Judas! Santa damn you, you're on the naughty list!
I don't recall you telling me not to let them in.
Ah, such impudence! You had best remember, Bud. Your salary review depends on me!
This isn't good for Bad! I'm so glad I'm a kind boss like Mr. Edgeworth! Your salary review depends on how you perform here. Yes! Basically, this is the moment you learn that Edgeworth, he is the product of both his father and his mentor. Basically, he got Manfred's harshness, yet he also got Gregory's quality of excellence. You don't perform perfectly. Gregory cuts your salary. Gregory is stone cold.
I'm surprised that me attorney like you managed to uncover such a that in a short time. However, it's possible those finger marks were Master's own doing, because he always wore gloves while cooking.
Do you have evidence that those finger marks were left by Masters? And moreover, there are still a few points of suspicion surrounding Delicia.
Oh? You still haven't given up on that?
Gregory, you still suspect me? I've already reported I was here a few bites.
I don't want to suspect you. However, I can't easily trust those who tell lies. You must still be hiding something.
Gregory's a bully.
Don't you know the temperature of fresh cream must be kept at?
Yes, we will answer that question in the next episode because I see that we're going over. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stick around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. If you come back in the next one, if you like to be, like, subscribe, comment, share, do as you want. And with that, I'll see you later. Bye.